Hello, students. Welcome back to your history class. Today, we will do a very quick revision of both the chapters. This will be your last class before your unit test examinations. You shall have holiday next week. I'm just going to briefly go through the entire chapter with you. This is a fantastic mind map. I've done this with you all before. Today, we'll do it again. Chapter 2 is writing and city life. We started this chapter with learning about Mesopotamia, and we started with understanding its geographical layout. We even analyzed how this position is very important. Yeah, so it was situated between Euphrates and Tigris. That's the exact meaning of the word Mesopotamia, between two rivers. And that is now part of the Republic of Iraq. So currently it is in Republic of Iraq. Agriculture over here began in 1000 to 6000 BCE, and in the north of there is a steppe. In the east, it is routes for communication into the mountains of Iran, and to the south, there is a desert. Then we saw urbanization. Okay, so from around 5000 BCE, the settlements had begun to develop in the southern Mesopotamia. The earliest known temple is a small shrine which is made of unbaked bricks. These temples, they were the residences of different gods, of moon god of Ur, Inanna, the goddess of love and war. And the god was also the focus of their worship. Then we saw the significance of the urbanization. We saw that the cities developed. Urban economies comprised of food production, trade, manufacturing, and services. City people ceased to be self-sufficient, and interaction with people of different cities increased because of urbanization. Then there was movement of goods into the cities because the minerals were few. Ancient Mesopotamians traded their abundant textiles and agricultural produce for wood, copper, tin, silver, gold, shell, and various stones from Turkey and Iran, which was across the Gulf. Then we saw the development of writing. The first tablets have been written around 3200 BCE, and they contained pictures like signs and numbers. Writing began when the society needed to keep records of transactions. We saw the reasons for the emergence of writing. So by 2600 BCE, the letters became cuneiform and the language was Sumerian. Cuneiform writing in the Akkadian language continued to be used until the 1st century CE. Then we saw about the literacy, and we know very few people could read and write in Mesopotamia. We saw the uses of writing. It was used for maintaining records, storing information, and sending messages at faraway places. We saw the cities and their culture in Mesopotamia. They have valued city life, and in which many people of many communities and cultures, they all lived side by side. We spoke about the religious tolerance also. Finally, how was the life in the city? A nuclear family was the norm, and married son and his family often resided with his parents. Father was considered as the head of the family, so it was a patriarch family. It was a patriarch kind of a society till a certain extent, although the women were given freedom. So this is a rough outline of the entire chapter. We have done the entire chapter last week also, so you all can go through those videos. Keep learning, keep studying, score really well, give relevant point, write your answers in point form, give your paper with a calm mind, and you will be good to go. Next chapter that we have is an empire across 3 continents. We spoke about the early empires. The whole period down to the main part of the 3rd century can be called early empire. The Roman Empire was a mosaic of territories and cultures, and they were chiefly bound together by a common system of government. Many languages were spoken, and the regime was established by Augustus, and this regime was called the Principate. The Senate existed in Rome for centuries. Next to the empire, the Senate, the other key institution of the imperial rule was the army. The third century crisis brought the first major signs of internal strain. The rapid succession of the emperors in the 3rd century is an obvious system of the strains faced by the empire in this period. So in this, important questions will be the Augustus, the golden era. What was the reason of the rise of the Republic, Rome Republic, reason for the rise of the Roman Empire, reason for the fall of the Roman Empire, all these things. The 3rd century crisis. Then we spoke about the gender, literacy, and culture. Adult children did not live with their families. And the Roman women, they enjoyed a considerable legal right in owning and managing property. Wife enjoyed complete legal independence. Rates of casual literacy varied greatly between different parts of the empire, and the cultural diversity was reflected in many ways and at many levels. The leading social groups comprised of senates. Then came the respectable section of the people, those attached to the great houses. Then came the unkempt lower class, and finally came the slaves. Slavery was an institution which was deeply rooted in the ancient world, both in the Mediterranean and in the Near East. Slaves were an investment, and upper classes were often brutal on them. Economic expansion, the empire had a substantial economic infrastructure of harbors, mines, quarries, brickyards, olive oil factories, etc. Wheat, wine, and olive oil were all traded and consumed in huge quantities, and it came mainly from Spain, the Gallic provinces, North Africa, Egypt, and Italy. So this sums up both the chapters. I've already shared notes with you all in the past. So read the chapter thoroughly, do the question answers from behind the chapter, go through the chapter, understand it, see it from different perspectives, and you already have a paper pattern with you. Work hard on the paper pattern, and you will be able to study very well for this examination. Looking forward to wonderful results. Write in point form and express your ideas very clearly. With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning. Thank you.